Hello and welcome to day 24 of MP Strong 365. I just got done with a run. I had a long sleeve over this. Wind was kicking, but it was real chilly, like 65 degrees. So a fairly long run, some breaks, about 10 miles. So I am maybe 8 minutes out of that run. So I am pretty sopping wet and getting cold relatively quickly. What I did after the run was come in, rinse my face, warm my hands with warm water. I actually took like a teaspoon of sunflower butter and a little bit of rice, just puffed rice, and like protein, like little crunchies. And then I took a swig of electrolyte, and that's about it. So I feel undizzy now because I was a little bit like, woo, because Saturdays, you don't eat normal meals. And so you might not like be going out fully loaded with calories or what have you. So in any case, we are gonna do something that can be done before or after a run. I am gonna do this on a squishy pad, this first exercise. So I'm stepping one foot or both feet on the pad, and I'm gonna come into an alternating Curstie Lunge. So when you're running, when you finish running, you want to think about what you were just doing when you're running, which is like this the whole time and like this the whole time. And you're kind of, trying to vary up, trying to loosen up the upper body, but you are doing this repetitive motion where you're like this. So we're going to do things that aren't like this range of motion. So I'm going to come into a curtsy, stretching out the outside of the left hip and pulling the shoulders down. Inhale on the bottom of your curtsy, and then exhale through the inner thighs. You come up, switch sides. Curtsy. And you want to kind of pull those upper inner thighs together. Pull the shoulders back into their sockets. Inhale. And come out of the curtsy. Great. Let's switch. Pressing down and gripping the pad with that foot. Noticing which hip feels more stuck. Good. So you're using the pad as feedback to squish your foot down and rise up out of the hip. On the last smile, I'll give you a special secret, and it starts with so. When you're feeling like, man, this run, get into the S breath. So that's inhaling through the middle of your belly, and then on the exhale. What that does is help turn on your transverse abdominis. It's your lower abdominal crossways muscle. It helps turn on your deep core stabilizers so that your legs feel a little bit lighter and you can pick them up more easily. I'm going to focus for these. Squeeze the inner thighs a little bit more. Pull the shoulders down and back. Last two. Squeeze the inner thighs. Mine aren't really naturally doing that. And I'm going to do that one again. All right, cool beans. So I got to make sure I get out of that right hip. So I'm going to ditch the pad. I'm going to come into a ball pose. So come down and raise your heels up and make yourself into a tight and tiny ball. So I'll do it facing from the side. You come down, put your heels up, up, up. You can use the pad if you want to. And you're going to rise your heels up as you sink your booty down. Rise your heels up, stay on your toes. Keep your heels lifted. Try to pull the shin bones back. And I'm going to drag the shoulders down because they were kind of hunchy up from that run and life in general.
Keep pulling the shins to longer, the front of the ankles to longer, staying on your toes. Pull your shoulders back. Big inhale. Good. Now rise up out of your ball pose. Keep your heels up high. Keep your heels up high. And then press your heels down to a flat spine. Place your hands on your shins. Pull your shins back. Pull your elbows back, shoulders back, everything back. Good. Rise up high onto the thighs. Stretch your spine as straight. That's an upright lift. Good. Pull the shoulders back. Maybe rise your spine up a little bit higher. I'm trying to perceive myself without being able to see myself as long, flat, straight, upright lift. And then we'll take it to a forward fold. That's bent legs. That's clasping the elbows. So we're going to twist side to side. That breath helps keep this active. You are engaging a lot of different muscles here because you're moving through the stretch. Restabilizing the feet, the ankles, the knees. Now I'm just going to move through the arms, just the arms, rocking the baby, rocking the baby. Good. And just place your hands on your thighs and come up to standing. Great. Do a couple heels up to butt. Drag the hip flexors forward. For 3, 2, and 1. What did I say here? Oh, right, overheads first. And then we'll do curtsy with reverse lunge. Look at me go. I got an addition. So now I get to be like fancy with my weight rack. So let's come into overheads. I'm actually, well, no, I'll go off the pad for this one. And I'm going to just cut my feet into the floor, creating a nice little arch in the feet, and swing the kneecaps away from each other a little bit so you grip with the outside of your hips. Let's bring the weights all the way up. Elbows lead the way. So my arms start straight. Lock the elbows. Squeeze the weights a little bit. Great. And then we're going to raise up with the elbows first, zippering up, and then press overhead and down. Overhead and down. I'm focusing on the overhead first, meaning I'm going overhead and I'm trying to keep my weight in my booty. Noticing that pressure where it goes in my feet, trying to keep my arches cupped. So sinking down 1 inch into your glutes, into the base of your heels with your arches cupped. A lot of people will tell you don't come all the way up to locked elbows. I don't really know why that is, because like if you're doing a pull down or a pull up, you start with locked elbows. I think it's just concentrating, like this is all definitely shoulders if I don't come up all the way straight. So I have 8 pounds, by the way. So it ain't heavy, but you know, it's enough after all that running. 2 more times. Grip the weights hard. That is good. And I just feel the really strong desire to twist my body side to side. So I'm going to bring the weights back up, and I'm going to let my feet turn naturally as I twist side to side. This is a ton of lat oblique, getting long. I could probably stand to bend my knees a little bit more. I get away with a lot with my legs being like so wobbly. Not for long, right? This is not going to last forever. So I need to be better about tracking a straight line through the knee, maybe doing some more leg extensions and some round kicks on the bag, things like that. So I can keep my legs strong. So I'm turning side to side. 2 more times. And we're good on that. Go and set those weights down. Roll your shoulders out. I'm gonna grab one 5-pound dumbbell. Even the act of like putting weights away and putting them, getting them back up is part of the exercise. So, you know, lowering down into your squat, getting the weight. So treat it as an active rest. I'm gonna come into a curtsy now. I love that pad, that squishy pad, I'm telling you. Plantar fasciitis is like not a fun thing. So, one side curtsy lunge, and I'm gonna do a reverse fly with like speed skater style, right? So if my weight's in my left hand, then I'm gonna come to swing the right leg back behind the left. Stay flat spine, reverse fly with both arms, and then come back up into a balanced kick. Curtsy, reverse fly, flat spine, come back up. Good. Maybe I'll speed it up. Just think about long, flat spine, up, and squeeze the inner thighs on the way down. Up, and squeeze. Oops, what did I just do? Reverse fly at the bottom. I lose my mind. What do I listen to when I run? I'm gonna stretch out that glute. That's what I'm gonna do. Reverse fly, podcast on the way out, and music on the way back. No, I don't run without earbuds. I'm not a purist, and I can't talk while I'm doing this. I'm not a real runner because I run with definitely earbuds. So I am gonna try to lock that leg, the standing leg, for my little bit of a break here. Okay, with these exercises, like a lot of people will do them in 45-second intervals. A lot of people do them with a 12 count. I do them as a progression with turning on my switchboard. Okay, so there's a lot going on here, right? You've got the reverse fly with a long flat spine. You've got your upper inner thigh squeeze. You've got your, so upper inner thigh squeeze. You've got your squeezing up to a locked leg at the top. 3 more times. Long flat spine, squeeze those inner thighs. Good. 2. Last one. Big reverse fly. That's just good. Let's come into a wide stretch. Little, what do they call it? Sumo squat. So the sumo wrestlers, they would walk around like this. If I try to move right now, I'm gonna like, I don't know if I can move, but it feels so good. Okay, I'll try to move. Okay, I'm just holding that weight. Okay, I'm gonna try to move my arms. All right. I'm gonna walk with my sumo. All right, and you can even do calf raises in your sumo squat. That's kind of nice too. Do a couple here. Okay. Some people, most people will like loathe this style of exercise because they're like, I can't follow along with you. I don't know what you're doing. Don't care. Just because like part of the point is not being like, all right, rest, 15 seconds, and everyone just stands there. Okay. And I'm waiting 5 more seconds. Okay, let's go. Like it's not about the event, it's about the process. So we're going into this next curtsy lunge. You just did this whole squeeze across. What is the natural movement after that? Spread it out, baby. So just do something wide, shift side to side, you know? Then we'll go into the other side, curtsy. All right. Am I even recording? Yes. Running makes you dumb. All right, squeeze the legs together to start. Great. We're going to come into a curtsy off left foot, swings back around the right, and reverse fly, and come back up. Oh, wait. Kick. Normally, I would do this. I mean, I've got mirrors all over the place. I've got a mirror to my right and my left. I've got actually a door that I can see my reflection in. I've got this screen that is reflecting me and you. Without a mirror,
It is harder, like it releases you from judgment so you can go really inside your body. But sometimes like what we think we look like in terms of posture isn't exactly what we aspire to look like. So having that mirror, especially if you're trying to get a flat spine, especially if you're trying to lock your leg in standing, is great feedback. Also, if you're in the gym and you're like Judgy, Captain Judgy McJudgerson, with people like checking themselves out in the mirror, well, guess what? Mirror neurons are a real thing. When you like gawk at other people and you look at yourself exercising, your brain learns more. Your muscles get more. This has been studied. fMRI, functional MRI research, indicates that just by watching somebody exercise, you get about 20% of the neuromuscular connections. Just watching. So voyeur away and gape at yourself in the mirror. It's good. All right, I'm gonna speed these up a little bit. We're gonna go 4. Come on, right hip. We love you. 3. Big inhale. It's like a wet inhale. One more time coming up. That is good. All right. So I'm going to continue on with the straight arm press down. I always have my cheat sheet there. I'm going to grab those 5s back in a second. I'm going to grab this little cord that is hanging on my door frame. So just a couple feet away. And I am just straight arm pressing down because your arms are like this the whole time when you're running. So you could do like this motion, right? But I'm just going to do a straight arm press down. Ooh, give me my squishy pad. Yes, I love the squishy pad. I stand on a squishy pad while I'm at the desk, at my adjustable standing desk. And I have a little band around the bottom of the desk where I can put my foot in it. And then I can kick my leg out for a little bit of a hip activation as well. And when I'm sweeping my pinkies back, trying to stamp back through the pinkies a little bit more here, I'm going to give myself a couple inches of grace here. There you go. All right. Ooh. I always imagine cross-country skiers when I'm really trying to get out of the upper traps. You don't always have to breathe heavy, it's just abs. Let's do 5. Good stuff. All right. Oh man, I actually want to do more, just a little bit more, just from the triceps. Yeah, just to get to the end range of the triceps. I brought it even closer, and I'm going to squeeze back through the tips of the elbows. Yeah, upper body has never been so floppy. Meaning I was swimming like 3 times, 4 times a week. And now I'm not. Right now. That's okay. You can always get it back. So just squeeze those elbow tips. I'm going to really isolate through the pinkies. Shoot off the pinky rings. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm lazy. Meaning like haven't set the discipline of routine into action. Okay, zipper with a straight arm lower. So this is sort of standing core exercise. I'm going to take a 15. I am going to dig down into my hips first And just lift that weight up a couple times with each arm. Great, switch hands. Just hinging from the hips, massaging the back of the glutes. Think about stretching the glutes on this squat. Groovy. All right, I'm gonna take the weight in both hands, gripping it end to end. I'm gonna zipper it up, meaning keep it close to the body on the up part, and then lower it straight down using the center line abs, the rectus abdominis, the six-pack abs. So think about a long, flat front of you. Great, and just bring that weight straight up overhead, and then straight arm it down. Straight up, zipper up overhead, straight arm down. You're fine to do this straight up and straight down. I'm just not today. Like, if I did this, it's probably 3 more times the abs, but I know my neck is gonna get it. So I'm just trying to relax my head. And then I'm gonna hum a little bit on the way down. This helps open the throat. So I'm making this little kind of arc shape, zippering it up, keeping the elbows close. And I am going to finish with 8 on a swing up. So swing it up, swing it down, decelerate. Up, swing it down, decelerate. Up. Or you can bring it down through center. Up, swing. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Swing it up. Yeah, so we just reverse what we just did. And then this is your rest on the way down. Up. Rest on the way down. Up. Sink it down. I'm going to try to go to the bottom of my bottom. One more time. All right, good stuff. Let's take it into a little side bend. Get on your squishy pad again. We've got 3 more lightweight core style exercises. So I'm gonna get on my squishy pad. I'm gonna bring my other arm out at shoulder level and just side bend. I kind of wanna, I don't know. I kind of want to take this like inner thigh stretch a little bit. So let's see. Nah, it's all right. I'll stick with what I got. So let's just do side bend. It's fine. Stick to the plan. With the side bend, like I want to focus on the obliques a little bit, and I wanted to get the IT bands to get a little bit of a stretch too, and maybe a little bit more of a glute squeeze, but that's all right. We'll do it tomorrow. I always ate the marshmallow. Like, you ever heard of the marshmallow study? Always. 10 times out of 10, I eat the marshmallow. Impulsive to the nth degree. I would never wait for 2 marshmallows. Like, it's there, I eat it. So because of that, I have to force myself into routines, into discipline, set rules for myself, because I am very, very impulsive. And being impulsive goes with a lot of other like fun traits, like fearless, spontaneous, you know, like pizzazzy, right? I'll just like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Blah. But forcing yourself, and then I'll say, I don't want to, I'm not doing that. So it gives like freedom and almost sort of like a dynamic way to live, but it also, like, people would see me as rather regimented, perhaps in some ways. That is learned behavior, because otherwise I would never get anything done. And I rarely get anything done as it stands now. So I'm gonna toss that left hip forward a little bit. That's why I love working out though, because literally you can always do something different. But I never do 2 sets because it's just too boring. 2 more times. So I have to like force myself to do 2 sets. 1 more time. All right, good job on the side bend. Front and side raise, very easy on this one. And I'm gonna do these in a double kneel to change it up. And I'm gonna, well, I'll just stay back here, it's fine. So double kneel, face away so you can see from the side. And I'm gonna bring my feet up and my toes curled and squeeze on the inner thighs a little bit, maybe stamp up on the hamstrings, and then we'll come side to front raise. So side raise, bring it to the front and back down. Side, front, down. Side, front, down. Side, front. We're gonna break this down in a second. Side, when you're going back to the side, make that a journey. That's part of the exercise, is the transition back to side raise. So they're actually starting slightly behind you. Swing side, lift, bring it up front and down. Good, because the ball in the socket. Two more times. Like that. One more time. Good. Now I'm going to bring it only to a front raise, alternating on the front raise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watching the wrists. These are 5s. 8. All right, bring them back behind you, and we'll finish with 10 side raises, leading with the pinkies up. I'm gonna keep my elbows slightly bent and try to tuck my chest in because I don't need to puff out my stomach. So when I breathe in, I'm sucking through a straw, trying to get the middle abs to work a little bit more. And 1. All right, cool. Take this into a front plank. I'm still gonna use my squishy pad. I need to bring this down a little bit. Okay. Meow. I like the Holly Lark. I'm digging the wireless mic. And I'm gonna use software to like make this screen 4D. Anyways, it's good. What am I doing? Elbow on the pad. 5-pound dumbbell in one arm. Okay, we're gonna go into a front plank. I might drop down to my knee at some point. So just because we gotta work with the abs we got. So do you boo, and I'm gonna slice into the left pinky, come up onto wide 10 toes, and come into my plank. My arm is gonna rest on the floor between reps. I'm gonna pull the weight up, tricep kickback, and rest the weight to re-square the hips. That's for the first 8, and then we hold that weight up for 12 tricep kickbacks. Pull, extend, and down square the hips. Pull, extend, down square those hips. 4. Okay, I'm gonna drop the knees down for a second. And we'll go 12 This would be easier if I hadn't run 10 miles. Okay, so come up for 12. Let's go. Four. Good stuff. Take a little rest there and stretch out. It's not about being weak. It's about other muscles being too tight. Back is tight, so abs are less active. Okay, so we'll come up, wide 10 toes on the right forearm, slicing your right pinky in, pull up the weight, kick back, and down square the hips. I'm gonna square the hips, try to make both butt cheeks look the same. So both hip bones are in the same place, pull up, kick back, square the hips. Good. Rest your knees down for a sec. Take an inhale. Open up that armpit on the right. Come back up for 12. On the tricep kickback. Okay. Lift your elbow up high. All 10 toes. And relax that. Sweet. Happy finish with a Russian twist. And yes, I will be stretching after this. Maybe doing a little bit of a side leg raise. Or maybe that'll be tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Always a fun time. Grab both weights in your hand. You're going to kiss those weights together. Don't let your weights come apart. Both 5-pound dumbbells. Don't let your weights come apart. Okay, heels are down. There are variants to the Russian twist, many variants. We're gonna do a couple variants here. Variations. That's too many syllables. Touch the mat or touch the floor. Like if you're on a squishy pad, then touch the pad or touch the floor. You can do these on a bench too if you want a little bit of balance. The less you move your knees, the better. Trying to squeeze the chest muscles that are right near my stomach. I'm gonna add a little power. Close those ribs. In 3, point your toes down to the floor. 2 and 1, good, toes down. Heels, try to lift your heels 1 centimeter above the floor. Keep your toes pressed into the floor. Open up. Imagine the stability ball is sitting between you and your weights. Rounding the ball, kissing your toes down, lifting your heels up, pull them up and over. In 5, we lift the legs up, lift the knees in 3, 2, and 1. Lift those legs. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Up and over. Come on. Dang. Come on, 8. All right, that's enough for that. I'm gonna do more by myself, but I think everyone's had enough of me. So, see you tomorrow.